All right, what's up, guys? Here we are. We are back after a nice long weekend. And yeah, momentum has not been very hot. Not been very hot. Friday, I traded, but I didn't make a recap. I was busy with family, kind of spending time with family. Didn't really have the time or the privacy to make a recap. But there wasn't nothing really that good to even be, have that feel that urgency to even make a recap or feel the need to make the recap. Yeah, so this day on Friday, PXMD, I was getting small green, but nothing very high conviction A plus setup for me. And BIAF, I tried accumulating on the support on the pre-market highs up near like $12, 11.75, and then it flushed down to $11, and I got out for a nice dollar share loss on 150 shares. So that was BIAF, and then from there, tried making it back, but didn't really make much back. So small green to small red on Friday, and yeah. So I mean, market wasn't all that hot for momentum for me. Tuesday, again, much slower for me as well. Momentum, again, weak. And it's just how it usually is around the holidays, the day before a holiday weekend or the day after a holiday weekend is very, very slow with momentum. Historically so far, since I've been trading. So I've noticed that, on Friday, that momentum has just been weak. And so what I did is just size down before any big losses, big traumatic losses that put me deep in the red. And right now I'm kind of just, fading right now. I don't want to go, nosedive in my P&L. I just want to fade, kind of coast on this like downtrend here, a small little downtrend. Past 3 days have been red. So this day, I tried trading power hour. I did take a half day because I was traveling back to where I am currently living. Traveling back, and so my flight was during market open. I didn't get back until around like 1 o'clock. So I did trade. I tried to get something going during power hour, but it was just so weak. It was just so rough. Like nothing was following through. The pots would immediately get sold into. The dips wouldn't hold. It's just... yeah, so that happened on Tuesday. Small red, nothing really sizing into. Really, for me to start size big to get in a big position, I need to see a big move. I need to first see that first big move, and then I can justify getting in big. But recently, I haven't even seen a big move to justify taking big size or risking more than $100. Recently, my backstop, my max loss has been $100. So once I cross $100 in losses, I'm either done trading or I'm sizing down tremendously and just trying to chip away the loss a little bit. And today I was actually down over $100. And I was like, all right, max loss, I don't want to be having a $300 red day on a day like today, because today was just so spotty with momentum and very choppy, and just, overall just having trouble getting green and staying green, that it doesn't really justify taking the risk of potentially having a huge red day in a market like this, because a lot of these trades, the risk reward isn't there, or your accuracy isn't there. One of the two isn't there. And Tuesday I had weak accuracy, less than 50%. Friday I had less than 50%. Today I did have a good win-loss ratio, winning percentage, but my risk reward was completely off. $4 average winner, $16 average loser. So 4 times, my average loser is 4 times bigger than my average winner today. But I did have a huge winning percentage. This is a really good winning percentage. But that's probably because I'm taking my profits so quick, because this market just does not hold up. And I tried with Sidhu, not holding up. I thought it would hold up because it was holding up for like an hour pre-market, like 45 minutes pre-market. I thought we'd actually find some support down here and right back up to the highs. BIAF, I took a nice stab on. You can look at BIAF. This one here rips up high volume. And I was looking for the breakout of the pre-market highs at 780. And we first pull back, getting in at 740s area, and we just never get back to that price. I'm not even able to close for break even. And I ended up taking a 15-cent loss or so. But I was ready to size into this. I was ready to size in for a breakthrough 7.8 up to $8. And yeah, no cigar. So, BIAF, a loss on Friday, a loss today. What else did we have? ATXG, I did take a stab on ATXG. This one, again, similar to BIAF. Getting in on a pullback, looking for the retest of 680 and maybe a cup and handle pattern and a rip to a 7. But just, I don't know. Like, this thing, had the power in 2 minutes to go 20%, but it doesn't hold up. And even though it looks like, it doesn't even break through a significant high to trigger a front side move. And so you get in anticipating for that front side move. I'm thinking, this is going to hold up and then rip through 695, 7. And then we have room up to 715. And then you have room up to $8. And then you have room up to 898. And that's what I'm thinking, and it just doesn't hold up. Doesn't even hold up for that front side move. So that was ATXG, small loss. At this point I'm already sized down. I need to see a big move first to justify me taking large size. So I got to wait for the big 50% rally, 50% front side, and not just pops and drops. And then after I see that, then I can anticipate there's more momentum coming into the market. Sympathy. Once people start seeing bigger moves, and everybody simultaneously, shorts and longs, take bigger and bigger sizes to capitalize on the volatility and the momentum, and then it just exacerbates, and if everyone is taking bigger size because there's bigger volatility, it just kind of feeds into itself, and you get bigger and bigger moves and bigger volatility. Like the short squeezes will be stronger because the shorts are adding more aggressively, and because after you have a 200% move, they're trying to look for a nice risk reward for the backside, and so they get in maybe a little bit too big, and if they do squeeze out again, it could be a huge short squeeze. And then the longs as well, they see 100%, 200% move, and they're like, wow, this is a huge move. I have a little bit of FOMO, so I'm going to size in a little bit bigger and see if we can get another move. And then that's when you see that 100%, then to 200%, then to 300%. And then after you see one of those, the next stock is always going to be a next stock is going to make that next 100, 200% move the next day because the traders are anticipating that next big move. And it keeps going and going and going and going, and then eventually, it starts to fade off. I don't know. It just, the next could be like another week, the start of a new week or the start of a new month. It seems like everything just like resets, and you have to be able to get in front of that day and to recognize that the momentum has shifted, and then you can size down and you can avoid a huge loss. And so that was what I was able to do the past 3 days. And keeping my losses under $100 is key for me right now with my share size. Eventually, when I'm trading bigger share size, having consistent $500, my $100 days or $200 days are turning into $500 days, and my $300 to $400 days are turning into $1,000 days, then I can up my max loss to potentially $300 to $400 max loss. But for right now, it doesn't make sense to lose more than $100. So if I'm starting to get closer and closer to $100, that's when it starts to be like, all right, the market isn't there. The market is not there, and I need to size down to minimize my drawdown. And that's what it is right now. The market's just not there. So got to wait for the momentum to shift again. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Who knows how long this is going to be? Usually, when it gets the slowest, that's when it starts to turn right at its slowest point. But SHPH made a huge move. This thing made a nice 60% move, 3 halts up, 10-minute, 15-minute halts. Huge move. And I did trade this a little bit, but not on this move. That's the problem. You can show, but like you had a huge gap on this. Crazy, crazy gap. My trade's not even going to show up? Oh, no. No, because it's not going to show up because I didn't even trade it. I thought I did. Whatever. SPRO, took a trade here. Kind of scalped the range there, 43. I was looking for the reclaim of this wick and a rip up. That's what I was looking for, but we didn't hold up. Took it off break even. Getting off on the low now, but looks like I got shaken out there, and then I'm getting back in at 43. This is bad habits right here, bad habits. Getting shaken out in the low, getting FOMOing in at the high. That's like my classic mistake when I'm unconfident in my trades. And then here I took a loss there, and I took a loss there. So what I could have done is just held off of 40, and potentially got a nice 4 cents. But still, 4 cents. There's not much you can do with 4 cents. 47, and then getting in here, 47, taking off break even. Yeah, this is not good trading at all. Not good trading at all. But again, SPRO doesn't really give me much. It gave me 10 cents. Give me a 10-cent move. And the weak moves in the market also kind of feed into each other. The weaker the moves, the more hesitant and less confident I'm going to be, and other traders are going to be, and the more choppy the market is going to be, and the more dips aren't going to hold, the more the breakouts aren't going to break out. So that's why, I can see how I am trading like this, because I'm really lacking high conviction setups. It just doesn't feel strong, and they're not strong. So that was that. And IMRA. Wow, it looks like IMRA is getting a little action here for 230. IMRA, I didn't trade it midday, that midday rally. Oh, wow, look at this. This is exactly what we're talking about. See how far down it flushes. So here, nice dip and pop. Here, I actually trying to get filled bigger size, but I was trying to get filled, clicking on the ladder, and I kept getting an error message. So I only got filled one block. Here, kind of looking for this breakout of this wick, 75. I saw it reclaiming this wick. I thought we could pull away, have a little bit of squeeze, and we don't really hold up. So I'm taking a 1 cent loss there. Here at 85, getting in at $1.68 for a break of 171. Rip back up to the high. We do get that rip back up to the high. I saw $1.74, and thank God, because this thing had a 10% flush, about a millisecond. Here again, we'd have a nice move. We go for the dip. A dip, 67, selling at 68. And it only gives me 1 cent, 168.08. It doesn't really give me much. I'm looking for, a strong continuation move. I need to see higher volume, ripping up to the high, hesitating at 175 because there's a block of shares, and then watching that getting eaten up, and then adding in the 174, 175, rip up to 80 and 85. That's the type of price action that I thrive on, not this long, drawn out, not even high volume, spotty momentum, kind of choppy. This is not what I do well on. So, small green IMRA. QNRX. QNRX, actually not a bad move. Nice 23% move. It's not bad. Not bad. Getting in here on the pullback. But I'm sleeping right now. I don't even think that this has the potential to make a big move. it doesn't have any. It's up on a buy rating to $20 target. That's it. That's the news. It's up on global partners initiating coverage with a buy rating at $20 price target. That's historically, statistically, in my data set, is not showing great moves. So that's why I'm still hesitant. Get shaken out here. 14, getting them to dip, the reclaim, selling, I'm just I took the 2 cents, I'm thinking this isn't going to make a big move. And then whoosh, 420 to 470. Kind of scalped it on the way up on this quick dip, 38, selling for break even. Wow. You know what? I am thinking about, let's review this. I need to see this. How bad did I mess this up? So let's go to QNRX. Okay, here's QNRX. So this was a nice dip. I was looking for a lower entry, but then we just kind of get an immediate pop, 20-cent pop. I do remember this. And pop. Okay, nice 15-cent pop. Then we keep going. This is probably shorts covering here. And when do I get in? Maybe if I can... So where's my first entry? So down here at 420. I'm already down 5 cents. I'm adding that position. I'm thinking this is already wacky price action because we break out of the high and then we pull back below the high. So now I'm thinking, is this not even going to hold up? So I'm already skeptical of this. Still holding 100 shares. I'm super small size. I'm so skeptical of this. And I'm already at my max loss of $100. So I shouldn't even I shouldn't size into this. That was my mindset. Here I'm like, you know what? It's just not holding. I don't see fast tape. I don't see a lot of green on the tape. I see a huge 7,000. Well, not even that big, but still $6,000 order that's struggling to even get $8,000 order that's struggling to get eaten up, pushing down, and I was just like, what the heck? We break out, retrace the move, and stop out a bunch of longs. It looks like I took a loss there, and I'm trying to get back in. Just kind of see there's a bottoming tail, but still a lot of sell orders there. And then here, it just out of nowhere. Here I'm busy checking my freaking P&L. Here out of nowhere, whoosh, you can go rip it up to close to 450. But the volume profile right now is smaller compared to the first push. Now it's like you can't buy in this candle. If you bought in this candle, you're gonna get smoked. You can't. Learned in the past 3 days, you can't buy in green candles. They just don't hold. If you would have got in at 440 looking for the break of 450, let's see what would happen. Because in a hot market, that's what I would be doing. I would be buying at 430s, 440s, holding, looking for 450. I would look for a potential parabolic move. I'm looking for a big move. My risk would probably be down under 430. Now I'm looking for a dip. 438. Okay, this is this is a good entry, and I take it off because I'm just being a little scared there. But there we go, 450. There, that was a beautiful trade right there. Beautiful trade. If you would have got in at the 30s, you could have got a nice 10% move potentially, 8 to 10% move. That was not a bad trade. That would have been a great trade. But I hesitated. Wow. Right into a halt. So beyond halt, I tried getting in on the dip. This is another potential great trade. So there's the quick scalp, a couple cents. Now I'm looking for a dip. And again, okay, there's a quick 2 cents. That kind of got some bad fill there. 83, should have been 87, but okay. Nice dip there. Sold one entry for break even, sold the other one for a small gain. So way too quick. Way too quick. I should see that there's a resistance of a whole. I should see that there's a psychological level of $5 resistance. Came up to that level, reject, 1 minute pullback on a front side, increasing green buying volume. I should see this and hold this entry because there's a good chance we'd see that break through $5. This could have been, so there's two potential great trades on QNRX that I did botch. Then here I am trying to scalp my way through $5. Which, you know what, I will take, but I did butcher this. I was not confident enough to hold that dip. I was not confident enough to hold that dip. I could have made your day. Could have made your day on here, on this micro pullback, and this first 1 minute pullback after a strong move up. That could have been it. That could have been the gold. Could have been huge, well, you know, at least decently green after that. Decently green. All right, well, you know, it's good that I did review this and it didn't really hold up much. But that was probably my best opportunity to get nicely green. And I hesitated because I was already $100 red. And I was like, you know, if I butcher this again, if I lose again, I'll be down 200, 250. Because if I'm trying to, you know, if I see a good setup, and we haven't seen any good setups yet up until 10 o'clock, it's like the writing's on the wall. I'm already at $100 loss. If I take big size here, there's a good chance if it does end up being another red trade, that's it. And the nail's in the coffin for a nice, decent red day. So that's why I hesitated. And it costed me. It could be decently green here with a nice, even 500 shares. This is $150 right here up into the halt. Another 500 shares is another potential, even if you held through $5 off of 70, it's another 150 bucks. Could be up 300 bucks. 300, 350. So the potential was there, but I wasn't. I was not there to capitalize on it. Kind of slipped through my fingers because I kind of struggled with a little confidence on today because the market, you know, the market. When you're consistently taking bad quality setups and you can't stay green, it does affect your confidence. And then it does affect you when that good setup comes. You're selling it too soon, or you're holding your loser too small. So that's what happened today. I sold it way too soon. But that's how I'm going to learn. That was how I'm going to learn. But it's good that if you can recognize this, now I know for tomorrow that there will be opportunity, but I have to stay disciplined, weather the bad setups. There's going to be a lot of bad setups probably tomorrow. Wait for that quality setup. And it's like this micro pullback, first 1 minute pullback, throw a nice halt up. And I could slay. I could still have a good green day. So that leaves it with a small red day. 3 red days in a row. It's a bit rough out there the past couple of days. The momentum always changes, but it's important to keep the red days small. I can make back 3 of these red days in 1 or 2 trades in a nice hot market. So nothing to be worried about. And the skill is to keep these small and manage your risk, manage the downside. Recognize when the market is shifting, and if it's shifting against the profitability of your strategy, you need to be able to minimize those losses before you have a big red trade. Now, it will also protect your confidence, and that will also protect your drawdown and protect your profits. So if you're not having a big drawdown, as the market shifts, you're able to be right back at the highs after day 1. And it's not going to take you 3 days of hot momentum to get back towards the highs of your account. And then you're wasting, you just wasted 3 good quality days trying just to make back losses on the weekdays. That's not what you want. You want to be near the highs at all times, even during the weak markets. Right now, I'm fading in my P&L, but I don't want to be too far off the high, because then I'm going to be using a really good market, really good quality setups just to make back losses. I want to use those good quality setups, those good days, to be making profits, not just making back losses. So that's why it's important when this market comes around, which it always does, this weak market, it's always going to come. It's going to come back again, to recognize it quick before you do have humongous red days, like 3-4 max loss days in a row, and wiping out a whole month of profits, or half a month of profits even, because then it's going to take you that much longer, another half a month, 2 weeks just to get back to break even. Maybe by the time you get back to break even, the market already shifted from hot back to cold. So you want to be near the highs at as close as possible, manage your risk. And then, at least for me, I like to see a nice huge move with high volume, nice catalyst, and good price action. And then that's my cue to sizing back to where I was. But right now, I need to stay small size, so I'm just trying to weather a storm and protect my month. I don't want to get too far back on the month. I need to be able to bounce back really, really quickly and have a solid month. That's the goal. Not have a red month. So that is it. And I will do the monthly recap today, so keep a lookout on that later today. And if you guys are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, consider subscribing if you're not yet a subscriber. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Peace.